at school, whether it's at work or whatever the case may be. So when I say I'll never let anyone write my story, it's just like, okay, whatever the circumstance gonna be, I'm gonna make the most of it. I went undrafted, like, okay.
And one of the
My preparation of the day of the game or that week?
The day of the game.
The day of the game. So I like to watch like my highlight videos. Honestly, I watch my highlight videos all the way from high school up to like this point.
You gonna tell me about the fire that you went through? I know this is gonna sound sexist, but I don't care what you're going through, deliver the baby.
That's it. Hallelujah.
Reply to I Can't Find a Podcast that fits my interests. Discover a world of endless and empowering podcasting possibilities with our amazing live shows and curated content. Our podcast is designed to cater to a diverse range of interests, so you can listen to your favorite shows and discover new ones. Listen or watch our podcast on the go with our convenient download feature and never miss a beat. So, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our podcast today and experience the endless fun and discovery it has to offer.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with the girl, Erica Wilson, and it had to happen, and we're back for our Monday night NFL moms. Our topic for tonight is through the eyes of NFL moms. I am so excited to have my ladies back on, my sissies back on with us. While we wait for one, I'm going to bring the other in. The Sissy Perryman. Welcome.
Hey, glad to be back.
Listen, tonight is going to be a little touching. And we're also going to try to have a lot of fun with this thing as well. We're going to try to bring so much insight to you all, so much awareness, things that's happening across the league, not just in the pro level, but the collegiate level as well as high school. I'm telling you, the fans is like, oh my gosh, some can be out of control, Sissy. What do you say?
I agree. They are out of control.
Woo, I tell you, listen, when I was going over some of the videos, I just was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But before we go ahead and we jump on in with our topic, I want you to go ahead and address our audience since we've been away, but we're back.
Yes. Hey, everyone. I'm glad you're tuning in with us on our first Monday back. It's going to be a pleasure, and we're going to have a lot in store for you in the upcoming Monday. So stay tuned in, and I'm glad to see you on.
Hi, yes. And as you can see, you have the mother of Denzel Perryman, which is Mrs. Sandra Perryman, and the mother of Alan Hearns, which is Erica Wilson, myself. And we're waiting for our other sister to come on with you all. But as Sissy said, guys, get ready. We're getting ready to bring these Mondays back before you all. We know that the football season is kicking in, but what about those Dolphins?
And what about them Texans?
I know that's right. They both teams won on yesterday, but Cynthia,
yes.
Oh my God, the Dolphins put up numbers like basketball, right?
Yes, they did.
Yes,
they did.
Hey, let me tell you something. That right there, when I think we had me and my mom left, we went to go get some things, right? And she said, well, find out what the score is. So I looked at the score and I saw 70. I said, Mom, that cannot be right. So what I did, Sissy, I called my brother and he was like, oh, yeah, what you see? He's a diehard Dolphin fan.
Yes.
But let me tell you, shouts out to the Dolphins team. You guys did an amazing job. Oh my God, they really held it down yesterday. I know that city was rocking on yesterday.
I can imagine.
So tell us
I
about those
can.
Texans and what those Texans did on
The
yesterday.
Texans came through yesterday, although my son didn't play, but they came through, and I was so happy. But I told them before, I said, y'all got this. I said, I got a feeling y'all gonna win this one. And sure enough, they did. It was a good game. It was a good game. A
Oh my
really good
God.
game.
Wow. We're getting so much love for the Perryman family. Let's run it down. Let's run it down really quick before we jump in. We have Deshauna Upshaw. She said, yes, happy y'all are back. Thank you so much. We have Dr. Barbara Bowie. She says, I see you, Sandra G. Ooh, Sandra G.
I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her.
Hey, aunties.
Hey.
Bro says, hey, ladies. Hey, bro. And nephew says, hello. Glad to see y'all back in action. We're glad to be back in
Glad
action.
to be back.
Oh my God. So let us go ahead and just let us reintroduce ourselves. How about that?
That's right.
Hey there, fellow fans and sports enthusiasts. Today I want to talk to you about a group of women who are changing the game one parent at a time. NFL moms. NFL moms are a diverse group of working mothers who have dedicated their lives to supporting their families and their teams by becoming avid fans, passionate advocates, and fearless storytellers. Through their eyes, we see a world that is often overshadowed by the glitz and glamour of the NFL, but one that is also filled with the love, passion, and dedication that fans bring to every game. They may not have the time or resources to attend every game in person, but they make up for it with the energy and enthusiasm they bring to every virtual conversation, every social media post, and every phone call. They are the unsung heroes of the NFL, the ones who keep the fire burning, the ones who remind us why we love the game in the first place, and the ones who inspire us to be our best selves. As fans, we owe it to ourselves to hear their stories, to appreciate their passion, and to support them in whatever way we can. So take a moment to follow them on social media, to like their posts, to share their stories, and to show them our love and appreciation. Because when we do, we are not only helping to keep the flame of the NFL alive, but we are also inspiring others to do the same. We are changing the game one fan at a time, and that's something truly special. Thank you for listening, and thanks to the NFL moms for showing us the beauty of the NFL through their eyes.
Whoop, whoop. All right, guys. And as you can see, this.
Hey there, fellas.
Y'all. Look, I'm rusty at this thing. Darius, that's why I need you back. I mean, I need you on here because I'm so rusty at this thing. Wait a minute. How do I escape? Okay, here we go. We're back. All right. So it says we're changing the game one family at a time. And what we're going to talk about tonight is only through our eyes. When we get on here every Monday, it will only be, I will tell you what our journey is, what our experience is. And maybe we'll give out a couple of opinions or whatever. But we're going to show some videos tonight. So please do brace yourself because I'm sissy. I just don't know what to say. That's one thing I don't miss is the fights in the stand. What about you?
I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Not at all. I don't miss it at all.
This was the thing. This was something. Hey, Mr. Nico. This is the thing. This one fight, it literally, I mean, I had to do this basically. And I'm ducking like, so, the man is the one that's getting hit, but I'm here, I'm ducking for him. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, how could they go from this, one level to all the way up to this level? I mean, just, I don't know what it was about, but the way I don't think you saw this one, Sissy. This is one that you sent me, but I found the extra one. And it actually the guy actually coming on and he's going to talk about what transpired. But just imagine, guys, being at a game, you're there to support your team. And here it is, you see these fans get into this heated argument, right? They get into this heated argument and then this fight begins to happen. The thing that got me, Sissy, is the man that was holding this man. This man basically couldn't do anything. And that really, really did something for me, because at the end of the day, we are all there to do what? Support our fellow loved ones.
And enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game. That's it. But for all of you that tuned in right now, shouts out to those Dolphins. Shout
That's
out
right.
to this. So here we go. Brace yourself, people.
And first on Fox 5, the man seen on a viral video being punched in the face during yesterday's Commanders-Cardinals game. Speaking to our Shamari Stone, he's in Alexandria with that interview.
Good evening. Right now, Martino Ancora is here at Inova Alexandria Hospital, suffering from injuries he says he received during that brawl. Now, he has cuts on his arms, on his hands, and stitches on his face by his beard. Now, he says that he is actually the victim in this case and not the suspect, but Prince George's County Police disagree. In fact, they arrested and charged him with trespassing, disorderly conduct, and second-degree assault for what happened after the video was shot. They say that what you saw in the video is not related to his arrest. He says these other charges stem from what happened with his interaction with police after the video stopped recording. I want to warn you, this video is disturbing and violent. Let's roll it. The viral video showing 33-year-old Martino Ancora in a black Ravens jersey getting punched 6 times in the head. A guy appears to be holding Ancora's arms back as the man wearing a poncho over a Commander's jersey repeatedly hit Ancora in the face. You can see a security guard in the yellow shirt standing right there while this is all going on. After being hit, Ancora appears to stumble up the stadium stairs. You're now going to hear from him first on Fox 5. What led up to you being punched 6 times?
Shamari, I was there at the game with my girlfriend, just being a spectator. She's a fan of the Commanders. I was just there supporting her on opening day. I was cheering for the Commanders. As I'm in the row, there's a guy a row ahead of me. He started being disrespectful with his words, and as you can see on the video, he pushed me first. And as he pushed me, I tried to lean in, and I was going to push him back, but before I could push him back, the guy in our row actually bum rushed the whole aisle and knocked us all onto the ground.
Why did police arrest and charge you and not the people who are shown hitting you?
I have no idea.
The Commanders released a statement saying, quote, "The safety of our players and our fans is our highest priority. Our security team responded quickly and removed those who were engaging in behavior that was unsafe. One fan was transported to the hospital and subsequently arrested by Prince George's County Police. We have been unable to find the man who was shown on the video punching Ancora in the face. Ancora has a court date in a few weeks, and he says he plans to fight these charges." In Alexandria, I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you, Jacqueline and Sharon.
Could you imagine?
I'm lost because I'm confused.
Why he went to jail, correct?
Why he went to jail. Not only that, why the security guard didn't do anything, and why the other guy was holding him instead of breaking it up.
That's my thing. When I saw that video, first of all, I saw the punches coming. I didn't see the guy holding them at first because I told you I was study ducking, like I was there. However, once I saw that guy holding him, I'm just like, oh my God, could those games get that heated to result in what we just saw?
I don't know.
I
mean, we've seen it happen, but it's because like a fan probably was drunk or they was getting into it about a play or something like that. But that was sad.
Absolutely. And Melissa Phillips said she should have been here with us on the night. She said that's sad, the victim being victimized. So true. So true. You imagine getting what just transpired to that young man, and then he the one going to jail. But as I watched the video, as another video that they have out there, he didn't go to jail for what transpired at that fight. It's what happened when the police came. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, did the police really take the time to go and find out exactly what was going on? You said something else too, Sissy. You said that the young man, I guess the security, they didn't even do anything to break it up. Nobody around did anything.
Nobody. They just stood there and videoed.
Right. And that's another thing. Cameras, listen, Cameras is everywhere nowadays.
Yes.
Everywhere. So guys, we have to be so careful out here. But just to see that man, one, was holding a young man while he basically got his face punched in, and then two, to see the security standing right there and do grabbed him.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? I didn't see anybody grab the other guy.
But he just walked off.
Right.
He just walked off.
Oh my God. So I can only imagine what happened. Did the police go to him first, or what? What happened in that situation? Like, I couldn't even. Sissy, not he. What is Sissy? She's talking about, hello, Sissy, we're back. Where are you? Where are you, Sissy Melissa? Okay, but just to see, hey Shannon, and she said, Melissa Phillips said, she said the blame needs to be on someone to make them feel it's safe. It's a safe environment. Absolutely. Absolutely. And our sister Absa, she said she couldn't get on. I don't know if the link wasn't working, but could you text us, Sissy, please? Thank you so much. Yeah, but it happens so much in the stands, y'all. It's so many fights that transpire. And you say, what happens if it was a result of alcohol? Did he look a little intoxicated to you?
He didn't look intoxicated. He looked at a little after he got punched, but before that, I didn't see. I really couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell. But yeah, I was going to say, but not even if he was intoxicated, it still doesn't make it right for them not to stop it, for them to stand around and video it, and for the guy to hold them. It doesn't matter still.
Absolutely. And Melissa says it looks punch drunk. Yeah, it do. It really do. But he wasn't even there supporting his team. He was there with his girl. And I don't know if because he had the Ravens jersey on, because you see, I don't think they were playing the Ravens, because you didn't see the other team that they were playing. But I think that he was just there supporting his girl in his Ravens jersey. But even so, what could have been? The people were scared. You think? Yes, they were scared. I'm sure. But even if they were scared, Melissa, as was the security. Yeah, but why?
That's what they hired you for. Security supposed to protect the fans.
Exactly. But how is it that they grabbed him?
And he was the victim. Yeah.
Yes.
And I agree.
The security will hey, that's their job though. That's their job to do what they do, right? No one wants to do it. That could be help others. Well, I wouldn't say no one, but I would say quite a few of us. And some of us may even truth be told, some of us may really enjoy seeing stuff like that, and sit there and egg it on, but seeing this man being held and punched the way that he was, that is just, he was selfish. He was selfish. Security was selfish. So, Melissa, I'm not messing with you. I'm definitely not messing with you. But Sissy, can you tell me, was there ever a time when you went to a game and you experienced not that to that level, but have you ever experienced seeing maybe an irate fan get into it with each other?
Yeah, at both levels, college level and pro level.
Oh yeah, we saw it at the college level.
We saw it at the college level and at the pro level, but it wasn't in my area, but above. So I just politely turned around and continued watching the game, but they were escorted out pretty fast.
Right.
And I think it goes back. Somebody said something about depends on the stadium, and it does.
Wait, what stadium that is that have a jail there? I believe it's Eagles. I think it's Eagles, the Patriots. I could be wrong, but it's a couple of stadiums that actually have a jail there. But she said, just be glad the security wasn't her boyfriend. No, her boyfriend was the one who was getting, victimized. It's very unfortunate that happened. However, we know that these things do, happen at these games. So I was on another person. I used to want to smoke, especially with men that was talking mess about my son. See, I was going there next. I was definitely going there next because we done been in the stands and we done heard some things that fans may have said about our children. And we are protectors. Growth is amazing. Yes, it is. Absolutely. But what was the thing Denzel told us not to get 86? Wait,
is
come
it
on,
86?
Shannon.
80?
Shannon to tell us, superstar Shannon. Come on, tell us what it is.
What
But
was it?
whatever it is, nope, it ain't no 86 stadium, sissy.
Well, I can't remember because he is just.
Don't get. Oh my gosh, come on, Shannon, help us out. But we don't want to get kicked out of no stadiums, but just to sit there, and hear people saying things about your child, it like those antennas go up, and then you want to say something back. And I remember a couple of times where I did. The Raiders are very familiar with it, and the Browns. Oh, not just the Browns and the Raiders. You got those Bills fans, those Steelers fans, those Eagles, those Eagle fans too. But sissy, being there, let's go to college. You sitting up in the stands, you enjoying the game. I think the worst thing that they could do is put the family section by the band. I'm sorry, the student section. Because guess what? The students do what?
They get rowdy
and come out there intoxicated, right? So what? 34? Nah, bro, I don't think it was 34. It was something with a 6. Oh my!
I think he said don't get 86. I think, and I can't remember.
Well, yeah, so the in college, right? They sometimes sit the family section about the student section, and we know when those students come out there, not just rowdy, but they get intoxicated, and some things transpire. Okay, he said okay, but being there, sitting there, you want to enjoy the game, And I remember a time where I was sitting in the stands to see you gonna tell your story too. We're gonna tell some truths tonight, right? I remember sitting in the stands, and of course, we're there to what? See our loved ones. So I'm not a person that stand up during the game because the people behind me. I take in consideration they want to see the game too. But it was a time where these people were standing up in front of us, and I politely asked, could they sit down and so we could see the game, and it went from 0 to 100 real quick. It's all I can say. And what Melissa talked about when she said growth is amazing. Yes, it is. But during those times, hey, we were still growing. I was still growing. And when my son, I don't care if defense out there, but when Allen on that field, I want to be able to see. You know what I'm saying? And it's just. I didn't say a disrespect. I wasn't disrespectful. I just simply asked, could you sit down so I could, not just me, my mom was there. So she could be able to see. She can't stand up on her feet the whole entire time, So tell us about a time where you had that a close experience. It's something called common courtesy, which a lot of people don't have. Absolutely correct, nephew. You're absolutely correct.
It's that same incident, but I didn't verbalize it. Bro verbalized it, and it again went from 0 to 100 real quick. This ain't the same exact incident. Standing up in front of them and one sit down, and at that time, both of our sons played defense. So he wanted to see his son, and I wanted to see my son as well. So it didn't get nothing, get into nothing physical, but it turned out from that little altercation to us being the best of friends.
See, and you know what? And the Bible tells us all things work together for good. So the enemy meant for it to go one way, but God brought that thing right back. Sometimes it takes for things to happen, to bring people together even more closer. You know what I'm saying? So she said, I think it's the vibes that influence us. I don't know if it's the vibes, but I just know that I want to see the game. I want to see what else on that field. Not only that, like I said, my mom was there. She couldn't stand and watch it. Not only that, it's people behind us that want to see as well. Now, if I'm to the top with my back against the wall, yeah, I may stand a little bit, or if Allen score, I may jump up, but it won't be to the fact where it's the whole game, basically. You know what I'm saying? So Denzel said, I just got here, and I'm gonna say I don't get 86. 86. 86. Your dad
Thank you.
I don't know what 34 it came from, but okay. So nephew said, Dad don't bite that tongue for no one.
No, he don't.
You really shouldn't have to. And another thing, we don't want to get 86 either. We want to stay inside the stadium too, but sometimes it can get a little hard when we're in those stands and we hear the things that people are saying, or for instance, they're standing up and we can't see you guys play. Period. It's an emotional influence. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Dr. Bowie says, hey nephew. Who else? Miss Cora's dad didn't want to sit down. Oh, he called it out, bro.
See, he just said he don't bite his tongue.
Well, say she busted out laughing. That girl goes superstar. She say 86 out of 32. So the 86, I don't know what the 86 mean, but the 32 is the 32 teams. How about that? So it was 30. Sissy, we was on to something. But no, guys, you do not want to get 86 out of 32. Okay? Remember that. But, as we can see what just transpired with the young man, with the two young men who actually had a brawl that ended up, the one who was being victimized, he ended up the one that's going to jail. So, guys, you just have to be very, very, very careful. Okay, let's see what else they say. Kwanzaa says, that's why we get pep talks before the game. Well, I do, because baby, yeah. I just think of reactions out of my actions. Yeah, reactions out of my actions. Absolutely.
And I agree with Melissa, but just sometimes it's kind of hard. It's kind, and that comes with growth because I'm still growing.
Right.
I'm still growing because it's hard, sitting in the stands at a game and you just hear people just talking negative about your child. Like he's the only one on the team.
Absolutely.
And it just triggers something, but I'm getting better. I'm being transparent. I'm getting better. I don't even wear the jerseys anymore to the game. I just wear a t-shirt. I don't want you to know I'm Perryman's mom, just in case I have to get out of character, but I don't.
And let me tell y'all something, and this is for all the moms that may be listening, or even dads, family. Because one thing we got to know, I just tell them to suit up. It's free.
That's a good one. I'll use that one. Thank you.
Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Okay, well, she didn't forget my train of thought. What were we just? She said, I just told them to suit up. It's free. What were we just talking about? She just really threw me off right there. They want to, that's one of the things we have to be very, very careful of. Anybody that's tied to pro level, collegiate level, whatever it may be, especially pro level though, anyone that's tied to any player, your life is basically not your own anymore, especially the parents, and the siblings. Because what happens is, God forbid, something were to transpire, we were to get out of line, you know what I'm saying, that Miami raised up into us, right? Yes, what will happen is, it won't be Sandra Perryman. It won't be Erica Wilson. It'll be Alan Hearn's mom or Denzel Perryman's mom. We were who we are before Denzel Perryman and Alan Hearns came about. And that's one of the things that basically is literally like taken away from you. Because when people see you, do they call you Sandra or do they say that's Perryman's mom?
That's Denzel's mom.
Or Denzel's mom, right? Absolutely. They told us that when my son signed to college. Absolutely. That's what we found out too. We come from the U, so you become one. Absolutely. It's almost marriage. It's like a marriage. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, it's when you get to the pro level, it's such a business, right? So they want you to represent you and your family. You won now to represent their program, right?
Mhm.
You know, because it's a business, their brand. So here it is, just like we want our kids when they step out the door, we want them to represent us very well. Kind of get that, but it's kind of hard sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Mhm.
Denzel said. 86 is when you get kicked out and start walking out the road and have to turn back around to make sure you ain't leaving. The sixth part is when you have to walk all the way back to listen to the game. There y'all have it. That's what 86 is. So
Yes,
you
it's
don't want that
86.
to happen to you. How about that? Hey, nephew. You
But you
definitely.
know what? I always ask, okay, you see how if we get in trouble or
Mhm.
something happen, they'll say it's our son's mom.
Right.
But what happens when they get in trouble? The mom isn't, or the parent isn't mentioned at all.
Depending what it is. Depending what it is, because guess what they'll go and try and say? Their upbringing. Our names probably still won't be mentioned. It
Right.
probably still be Denzel Allen's mom. But the thing about it is, it depends in the situation, but not as if it was us. You're absolutely, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Sis. That was a good one. Melissa says, I just stay in the house and keep applying my emotional intelligence. You don't want to be bound to the house. You know, this is not just, I don't know why my eye is running. Y'all, this is crazy. It's not when you just in the stadiums. You could be
Mm-hmm.
anywhere,
Anywhere.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, and social media is the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, you don't read those comments, y'all. Alan told me, don't read those comments. That
Yep.
says, now when we get in trouble, we in the headlines. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you are. Yep, yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it depending, like I said, what it is, then they'll go to talk about you guys' home, you know, your upbringing. You know,
Yeah.
it's just crazy how that
Yeah, it
happens.
is. It's just crazy.
Melissa said, yes. And she says, they blame you for good and bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But you better know that somebody is always looking for
Money. Mm-hmm.
absolute. Absolutely. So when you're walking this walk and when you and when you come over to this world, it's not a walk in the park. You
Mm-mm.
have some great, I'm talking about, don't get me wrong, there's some great pros, but there's a whole lot of cons. If you're not built for it, you definitely will fail. You definitely
Mm-hmm.
will fail. My social media looks so bland now. Hey,
Ain't
listen,
nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that, but don't you go on there reading those comments because people can be cruel.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Very cruel.
It-
Very cruel.
the thing is, we're talking about. We're gonna move on to injuries in a few minutes, but the thing about it is, football is a what? It's a contact
That's
sport.
sport. Mm-hmm.
It's not saying that nobody is gonna get hurt, but the thing that gets me is when our kids do uh get an injury, they get thrown under the bus. Oh, he stay hurt, or he's soft, or this, that, and the other. How many downs did you play, sir?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
you be wanting to say those, clap back, but you know what? Oh, thank you, Jesus. I say I'm in my blessed back season because so many times when you want to say, and it come out sometimes. I got to be honest, it definitely come out sometimes. But you try to kind of contain that person because guess what? Everybody don't deserve a response.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They don't. And
Absolutely.
sometimes they poke the bear and try to get a reaction from the bear or to put you in headlines. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Perryman's mom said this to me. Alan Hur's mom, okay, what did you do to cause
Mm-hmm.
that reaction? You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I just handle it with facts when I'm bored and got time is practice on my emotional control. You're doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a great job. So I can say definitely growth is all that it
Yes.
is. My
Growth.
answer is
Mm-hmm.
what do you suggest? Are you a part of the solution? That's good. That's
Yep.
good because a lot of times we focus on problem, whatever the problem is, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
focus on solutions. And that's in any type of, not just in football, but that's in any type of relationship. You have to attack find out the problem, and then you have to
Mhm.
start working on a solution and see, if you guys could kind of like come to some type of common ground, because this thing over here is no walk in the park, y'all.
No, it's not.
No walk in the park. When we go out there, especially, I'm on offense, Alan's on offense rather. And when he go out there, I have to sometimes cringe, because I know Alan
Yeah.
used to take some bad hits, man.
Mhm.
And I was like, just fall down. A man, absolutely. Yep. I say, well, just fall down, but you cringe. So it can be emotional for the
Mhm.
moms. I don't know how dads is. Dad sometimes just get back up or whatever. No, I go
Yeah.
on there to engage as practice. Okay, that's good. But and 90% of the time they give up. Yeah. So when you see Denzel come across that, the girl, I cringe when Denzel come across that thing. Oh, listen, sissy, I be like, you know how you cringe, you like kind of scratch up. I be like, oh my gosh, who's coming in his way? Do not go in his path, y'all. Please.
Yeah.
So how is that for you?
I feel the same way. When he was growing up, I thought he wanted to be, like a running back or something. He was like, no, he don't want to get hits. He want to give hits.
Ooh,
So even now when he's playing, I feel when he makes a tackle and the other person is like injured, but not as bad, but hurt, I get up limping. I'm like, oh my God, did he have to hit him that hard? And the comment is, it's all a part of football, Mom. It's all a part of football. And I
mm.
get it, but yeah, I feel bad for the person on the other end. I feel bad for the person on the other end. Have seen it since college.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so
And bro
yeah.
says the body really isn't built for collision. It really isn't. It really is not. And I'm glad that you said that, because the thing about it is a lot of the players, um, you think about it, they're especially the receivers, running backs, or even the
Hmm.
person who the kick returner.
Hmm.
Girl, I won't want nobody, because you're running at a full rate of speed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Hmm.
And here it is. Your eye may be focused on the ball. It happened to Allen one time, not in kick return at Dallas, when he was playing with the Dolphins. Boop, boop. Y'all see it. When he was playing with the Dolphins and he played his old team, the Cowboys. To me, I thought it was intentional. I'm just going to tell you that right now. They said that they both were scoring for the ball, but that's not what it looked like to me. But just to
Hmm.
see how fast he was going and how fast the young man was going, and for him to come out with a concussion, that thing literally blew my mind. Like, it really, I didn't know. I think everything just stopped. Even when he broke his foot, I don't think it was as worse as when that transpired. I was just like, okay, I actually wanted to go look for bro after the game. Okay, yeah. But Denzel say, yes, I did. So tell me about a time where you um, maybe saw Denzel get an injury. How was that for you?
What, when he got an injury?
Yeah, being getting injured.
Um, it's funny because most of his injuries were non-contact. I think the one that got me the most is when he had to have surgery on his shoulder
Mm,
from that injury, and I wasn't there.
yeah.
I think that got me more because he not only was he hurt, and he's the type of person he'll tell you, "I'm okay, I'm okay," and he's not okay because he know that I'll panic. So even when he's playing, I have to tell him, when you down on the ground for so long or something, give me a thumbs up, do something so
Yeah.
I know you okay because I'm not there. But
Yeah.
I think for me that that was the one.
Ooh, girl, let me tell you, it's nothing like seeing your child get injured and you're not there.
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
know. Like I said, if you're not built for it, you won't last. I'm trying to tell you. And it comes from a whole lot of prayer.
Hmm.
Even though when you do see your child go down or see somebody else's child go down,
Hmm.
you see, you know, is quick, jump into prayer mode, right?
Mhm.
But the first thing that comes out of my mouth is Jesus, you know, because sometimes that's all that we can utter.
Yeah.
And then you just begin to utter out a prayer, because it's not, when our kids are out there and they're a part of a team, it's a family. It's
Yeah.
not just, okay, just my son out there. I'm just, I'm just worried about my son. No, you try to pray for all of those babies, because this
Yeah,
sport is
exactly.
such a contact, it's a contact sport. And we know that injuries are gonna happen. But now we're talking about the injuries, and let's see what, I don't know what this means. LT said 100 plus 100 equal less injury is where someone is enduring 100%. I'm not sure what that means. So can you kind of break that down for me? And yes, prayer is definitely essential. Absolutely. And we also have, like I said, this show is going to be a little touching. This young man down in Miami, what is it, Sissy, the Homestead area?
Homestead Senior High, home of the Broncos.
This young man was out on the football field for his first ever game. Denzel says, "Hey, mentality." I guess if that's what works, that's what works, nephew. But we had a young man. I couldn't pull up the video. I thought that I had it here, but this young man, he went out for his first game ever. If you're not giving 100%, you are more likely to get injured. In all cases, nephew. I want to know, in all cases or in some cases. Other nephew says, saying you're at a higher risk of injury when you're not playing hard. 100%. So this 100% thing is go across the board, y'all.
Yeah.
Listen, when both players are running full speed, it's less likely than if one's giving 80% at the other's doing. Okay, there we go. Whoa. But this young man, I think he was had got promoted to from JV to varsity, and had his first game ever. Went out there and collided with another player. Sissy, you know more about it. I'm going to put you on screen. I'm going to try to find it because I want the people to see this. Such a sad story. I know a young man years ago, when I stayed in the Cabo Ranches area, a young man actually died from that. He was 14 years old, and oh God, same thing, broke his neck. And just died right out there on the field. But go ahead, Sissy, and tell them a little bit about it really quick while I find it.
Yeah, he was getting ready for their I think it was his first game, their first home game, and he was running for a play, and he had a head collision, and it paralyzed him from the neck down, and it was his first game as I think playing on the varsity team as a junior, and it was just sad. But the overwhelming support that he got, from the coaches and his teammates, I think it made a difference, because it showed just how much love and support that he had from his fellow teammates as well as from other players. But just to know that you was excited, because according to his sister, he was excited. He loved the game of football. He wanted to become a pro football player. Once he graduated from school, that was his goal, was to be a pro football player. But he got out on the field, and he loved playing the game. And it was just a unfortunate situation where, him and another player had a head-on collision, and the results ended up with him being, paralyzed from the neck down. And they did say that he broke his neck. But I haven't followed up on the story after that, because it's hard to hear, it's hard to hear your child being hurt or any player being hurt at any level. But, just to know that it was his first game, I was like, it's rough. It's hard. It was very, very heartbreaking, very heartbreaking.
I didn't find that video purposely. I'm already, and I don't have time for bro to come on here and talk about soft as cotton, just to hear it. it brings tears to my eyes because I told you a young man that actually stayed in my neighborhood, who used to be at my house all the time, just, he didn't make it. He didn't make it. And just to know, again, I see here we're saying at 100%. I just think, to me, like Denzel say, hey, I was playing 100%, fellas, and I think every time Alan did too. That's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And I think when players do go out there, I believe they give it their all. I want to say that they do, but injuries happen. They happen, and okay, so what happened? Desmond Jr. said, "We know, my brother, you play past 100%, absolutely. But what about, okay, what are you guys saying about the non-contact injuries? Because, I remember this right here got messed up on Allen, his wrist, so he was in practice. So injuries, they happen. That, it's, I kind of beg to differ with that 100% thing. I mean, that's probably what they say, but I kind of beg to differ from that, being though that, we walked some injuries with Allen, and hearing what happened with this young man being paralyzed. My God. First of all, prayers out for his family and him as well, because it's going to be a journey. A long journey ahead of them. But we all know that God is definitely in control. He can reverse that thing. He's still here. And they're saying that, he had some bleeding on the brain and it was going down. So prayerfully, he'll be made whole again.
And then even too with that, Sissy, that particular incident wasn't intentional.
Right.
But then you look at the game with Colorado State and Colorado, where the young man hit the boy from Colorado out of bounds, and he has something is wrong with his liver.
Jesus.
Now that was intentional. So in a sense like that, it just makes you think.
Yeah.
It just makes you think, and it's just so sad.
Really,
and nothing happened to the guy.
What do you mean nothing happened?
Nothing happened to the player from Colorado State. Only thing that I heard is that he's been getting death threats. He wasn't ejected from the game. It wasn't no flag thrown. Nothing.
My God. Well, guys, we're here live tonight with the girl Erica Wilson, and it had to happen for our Through the Eyes of the NFL Moms. MOM stands for Mothers of Motivated Sons. Denzel Perryman, Alan Hurst, and Damian Berry. We are so very proud of our young men, all the things that they do on and off the field. But when you're going to talk about how the game can be intentional, because we know a lot of times people bet on these games, right? And what they do is they put hits out on these kids, which is so unfair. Non-contact injuries are just freak accidents.
Yeah,
absolutely. I totally agree. But we know even from Little League, we remember when we talked about the show where you had some guys betting on the kids. Look at the guy who actually killed the coach.
Yeah.
For the game. I think he just got his time. I think he literally just got his time. But just to know that one moment, that one split moment where he just clicked for whatever reason, a whole bunch of lives is now affected from this. Because you see, do y'all hear my mother laughing downstairs?
Yeah.
So my thing is, so many of those kids will be, well, I'm sure traumatized behind that. We're out there to have a ball game. We're out there to have fun, but to see our coach take his last breath right before our eyes. So again, at these games, when these fans go to getting irate and getting all upset, seeing was, whatever it is, maybe they team didn't score or something like that. We all know that, a whole lot of trash talking goes on up there. Some people can take it, some people can't. But at the end of the day, you really have to think
Mm-hmm.
before you react, because there are consequences that, you know, you definitely have to face afterwards. But think about the lives that's around you when
Mm-hmm.
you're out there, people, and the whole family is on pins and needles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's just sad. I remember a time, sis, where in high school, I don't know if it was intentional or not, because I know at the first play of the game is when it happened. The guy cut Allen low, but Allen played the whole entire game. But afterwards, his meniscus was torn. And
Mm.
I was there at the game. However, the next day when he had to go see the doctor, shouts out to Dr. Kaplan.
Right.
Woo woo. Love, love, love Dr. Kaplan. But
Yes.
I was in college then, and I couldn't go. Oh girl, I was doing my finals and I couldn't go with Alan to the doctor. So the coach took him. So shouts out Coach Barnwell. He took Alan, and of course I'm on pins and needles. I'm trying to focus on this test I got to do. And so when he got back, of course we had to go back for the results, and just to hear your season is over. Girl, I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see my baby cry the way that he did. Oh my gosh. And I could, only thing I could see or say at that time is God is going to make a way. I don't know how, but I knew that he would make a way for Alan. So Alan missed the whole entire senior year, but then he still was what you call it, recruited,
Mm-hmm.
from the University of Miami. Thank God he went on a full scholarship. So if you have any parent or student athlete that's listening in to us on today, it's not about where you start, it's about how you finish.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get discouraged if things are not going your way right now, or maybe not going your child's way right now. They maybe not playing your child the way that you think that they should play your child, but just
Mm-hmm.
hold on and definitely stay prayed up. So, Sissy, if you
Mm-hmm.
have a parent that's out there or a student athlete that's out there, what would be your words of encouragement to them?
In the words of my nephew, don't let anyone write your story. You stay focused on what God has for you, and if it's for you, it'll be for you.
And that's a good one right there. Yes, Dr. Bowie. She says that we rush immediate. Yes, we do. Immediate prayer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, immediately you have to. That's why it's good to keep your some prayer warriors on your team,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes when you see that happening to your child, you can utter, like I say, sometimes I just said Jesus. I couldn't say anything else. But how many know the better? I mean, the more we call them, the better we feel.
I
But
know
still,
that's right.
have to have others around you that could come in and begin to just go to war for your child or
Mm-hmm.
somebody else's child. That's their
Mm-hmm.
teammate, that's their brother. The you is such a big brother,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh God, I'm telling y'all, this walk is not for the weak.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's a whole lot of praying. One, it's a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot on the mental. We want to make sure our young man mental is good. We
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that they're taken spiritually. And thank God for the shouts out for the you again. I love, the what is it called? What do they call them? Oh gosh. Come on, sissy.
The chaplains.
The chaplain. There you go. I love that they had that available and they utilized that, because
Mm-hmm.
guess what? We're young. We're coming away. We're out on our own now, and you're definitely going to have somebody outside of your parents covering you. Rush prayer and try not to jump any. Girl, listen, don't start. Girl, don't you start.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, because I listen. At the Cowboys, I sure tried.
I think we all have.
Yeah, it makes you just want to run out there with them. It's nothing like being a parent, seeing your child hurt, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing. And it takes for you to become a parent to understand what we're saying,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, what happens if you have that small child, sissy? They can't tell you what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it takes you to become a parent to know what we're talking about. We know you have moms.
Be quiet.
How many fences did she jump?
All through high school. High school. Started in high school. Little league too.
Oh my God.
I'm going to be on the field.
Ooh, but you know what though? And then too, let's talk about the fun times when they're running down the field and you're running.
Yeah,
Girl, we
been
think
there
we're in
too.
the game.
Been there too. Running.
See that we're in the game. But y'all, we have another video for y'all. This right here, Alan will always be the agent to me. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much. They call Alan Agent 88 down there in Duval. But listen, this one here, to know that somebody go to a game and will never go back home, it's heart-wrenching. It is heart-wrenching. And we're going to play this video. Master. He called you a master earlier? Okay, nephew.
Roll the video.
Oh my God. We're going to go ahead. We're going to play this video. Please do brace yourself. I have to find this disclaimer. I have to put it up here because I'm telling you, this right here, I'm telling you, I couldn't even imagine if I was there. You know what I'm saying? If I was there, to see that man slumped over the way that they say he was slumped over. And you guys know, Sissy, what game was it again? Where I find the disclaimer?
It was the Dolphins and the Patriots.
Oh. Okay.
The Dolphins and the Patriots.
Well, I experienced being in the nobody deserves to lose their life though. However, I experienced being in that stadium and this fan was talking junk about Allen. And I listened to a whole lot of it. He ragged on and ragged on and ragged on. And I listened to most of it. However, it became unbearable. And I just began to go backwards and forth with him. And I'm talking about it was bad. I was trying to not jump a fence. I was trying to jump over the chair. And the young lady that I was with, she was like, Miss Erica, you know, because she never saw me get out of character before. But see, this is what I'm saying. When you're in these stands and these fans, they're saying whatever, you just really, because I won't ever want anybody to have to experience this. And my heart goes out to the family that did experience this. The wife of the deceased young man, I can hardly get it out. It's just so sad to see this took place, especially at one of our games. You know, it happened at a lot of games, but here we go.
Back now with the investigation into the death of a Patriots fan after a fight erupted at Gillette Stadium during Sunday's NFL game. It comes as we seem to be seeing a lot of bad behavior in the stands at sporting events. We get more from Tom Yamas.
Tonight, Massachusetts State Police and local prosecutors investigating the death of a fan who witnesses say was punched in the head at the Patriots-Dolphins game Sunday night. This video showing stadium security administering CPR to 53-year-old Dale Mooney.
A fan in the Dolphins jersey reached over and just punched the victim twice in the face.
Eyewitnesses say as the fourth quarter got underway with the stadium packed, a scuffle broke out in the stands. Initially, police said Mooney, a husband, father, and lifelong Patriots fan, suffered, quote, an apparent medical event.
What do you remember seeing right after he was punched in the face?
Right after he was punched in the face, he immediately went down. He slumped over in a chair. The concern came, like I said, after about 45 seconds to a minute.
The deadly incident comes as brawls are being documented all over the country at NFL games this season. Look at what happened just this past Sunday. This fight between 3 women happened at that same Patriots-Dolphins game. And in Cincinnati, at the Bengals versus Ravens game, the hardest hit happened off the field when this man, dressed as a tiger, headbutted another fan, knocking him out. According to the NFL, one incident is too many. They say their records, which have not been examined by NBC News, show after 32 games this season, they've had 80 reports of disorderly conduct, down from last year at this time when it was 140.
You have alcohol, you have fans, you have passion, you have people betting on games, you have all these different things coming on at once.
And Tom, the NFL is responding to what happened at the Patriots game.
That's right, Lester. The chief NFL spokesperson tells NBC News that they offer their deepest condolences to the friends and family of the victim, Dale Mooney. They also say their top priority is the safety of the more than 1 million fans that attend NFL games every week, and they deplore the activities of a handful of people that go to these games to interfere with the enjoyment of others.
All right. Tom Yamas, thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Stay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you have to, I kind of imagine like what was so bad to make that happen. But again, it wasn't what they're saying. It wasn't from the punch. It was actually from a medical condition that he had. However, they're gonna try to kind of tie it to that. The young man, they did not say his name, but they did not, arrest anyone. But again, prayers to that family losing that loved one. That explains why the young man was charged. They're setting examples. Oh, I didn't know he was charged. In the interview that I saw, it said that he wasn't charged.
I think she's talking about the other incident with the guy in the Ravens jersey. I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah, she said it's a scare tactic. And then Shannon, that really makes you very, very, very upset. And as we can see, it's not just the men. You guys saw the women fighting. It's just a game. It's just a game. I understand you pay your money. Some spend their life savings to go see our kids play, but you want to go home to your family. I'm not even talking about, what just transpired with the young man. You don't want to end up in nobody's jail. What if your children are there with you? You don't want to end up embarrassing them. It's just, like I said, it's this world that we're in, this NFL world. It could be a beautiful thing, but everything have their cons as well. We're right here at 7:00, y'all. Listen, I was a Patriots mom in a Dolphin suit. People don't understand they're actually cool. They believe that their players are at war with one another. Yeah, you do have some really cool fans out there. Really, really cool fans. A lot of people let the alcohol take over. See, that too. Bro says, witness from the stadium said that the guy who passed started the confrontation. That's what we heard too, but again, like what could take you from the,
right.
Oh, it's like we're there to watch a game. The only people that get paid for these games is the players, the organization. So why are we acting like this? Know that the players are actually cool with one another. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're gonna show some brawls on the field too. Maybe next segment, where some of the players. Let me tell you, that's what we're gonna talk about next Monday. We're gonna talk about when they do these joint practices. There's never a time where it's not a brawl. I don't know why they just don't stop them. You know what I'm saying? So that's another area we're going to tackle maybe next week. We don't know. I don't know how God's going to move us, but we're just happy to be back before you all.
Yeah.
Each and every one of you. Go ahead, Sissy. Thank the people for us really quick.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our first Monday back to Mothers of Motivated Sons. It was a pleasure, and we like the comments. And if you have any questions or any topic that you want us to talk about, please email my sissy Erica, and we'll be more than happy to discuss it. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in.
Woo, that was so good, y'all. Y'all see my sissy. She glad to be back. And so our teams won on yesterday. Dolphins put up those basketball points, and we had the Texans to win on yesterday. Listen, it's not about what you did last game. You got to bring your game every game. It's not about how you were last year. You got to bring your game every game. So if you have a student athlete that may be out there, make sure it's something that they're wanting to do and not something that you are wanting them to do. It makes it so much easier on the child. Never force a child to do something that they do not want to do, as far as when it comes to sports or something like that. But Shannon says, I'm glad that y'all are, but we're glad to be back. I was a little rusty today because I'm telling y'all, this Monday was a one for the books. Okay. I think Sissy called me. She said, sis, I'm gonna get me something. And I say, baby, I'm already in the bed. Already. Ooh, I don't know what happened, but yeah, we got a little tired. But watch when we come back on next Monday. We'll have our other sister here with us as well. And we're opening up the floor to any NFL moms or fans that may want to come in with us, and share as a fan experience. Or NFL, it don't have to be an NFL mom, any sports mom. We'll love to have you guys here. This is what it's about here, spreading our journeys. Sharing what we experienced, giving some advice on the things that we had to walk through. Look, Sissy's son is still, Denzel is still in the league. Alan is, retired. Damien is also retired. So we could speak on different walks, and that's why it's so important to have different people come on and share their experiences, because these are things that need to be heard and need to be shared. Because I tell you one thing, everybody think that this walk is easy. And it's not for the week. I'm trying to tell you guys. But on tomorrow, I have my prayer broadcast at 5:30. If you can, please do meet us back here. Man, God has been doing some amazing things. Must you say, Sissy? Because you're on.
Yes.
Girls Talk with Dr. B is on fire tomorrow at 5:30, guys. If you can, meet us back here. And then on Wednesday, I have a young lady. She says one step away, and that's Miss Betty Wilson. She will be here on Wednesday at 6 p.m. If you would like to book with your girl, you can do so by going to my website at www.ericawilson.h2h.com. Again, www.ericawilson.h2h.com. We'll love to have you. And Sissy, let me tell you, when we come back on next week, we're going to be on fire. Like I said, excuse me, I was a little rusty on today, but I am forever grateful for each and every one of you for tuning in here with us, riding with us, even overtime, 8 minutes overtime, being so engaging. That Perryman family be holding it down, I'm telling you. And our girl Shannon Jaguar Diva is our superstar here at It Had to Happen. So, Sissy, one last thing. You have that parent that's under the sound of your voice. As an educator, we're leaving sports right now, but they're under the sound of your voice. And some things, their kid, how can I say it? I don't know why the Spirit is taking me here. And I want to say it right. Their kid may be struggling, and I know you have to be careful, with the instructor that's pushing something on them. I saw a video where a teacher, an educator, had up the gay pride, and I don't knock the LGBT, their community, but a parent came in and said, "You will not force this on my child." As an educator, or as a mother, no, come from a mother, because I don't want you to, I know that you have to be careful, but as a mother, to hear your child come home to say that this is happening, what words would you say? Like, how would you encourage your child? Would you go to the school, or would you just talk with your child?
I'll do both.
Yeah.
I'll do both. I'll talk to my child and let them know that you're not to be pressured by anybody. And for some reason, I don't know why they're pushing that into the school system, because it's really, really a big issue. And I mean, again, like you, I don't have anything against it, but don't force something onto somebody.
Right.
So I'll talk to my child, and then I'll go straight to the school.
So listen, if you have any school-age kids that this may be happening to, that was some great words of encouragement, to kind of take heed to, because it's happening. Mm-hmm. It's happening everywhere. And not that, we're knocking it. It's just that I think each child should be able, every person should be able to make their own decision, especially a child.
And that's the biggest thing. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to let somebody know how you feel. It's nothing to be embarrassed about or anything. It's you. That's your life. Nobody can't tell you how to live your life or to make you live your life the way that they think you should. So you got to speak up, have that, that conversation with your parents, and then let your parents, go from there. But you gotta keep that line of communication open, and don't be afraid.
Wow. That is good right there, because I don't recall that happening when we were coming up. I just don't, but, you guys got some great encouragement right there. Guys, we're going to have some giveaways on the show, so please do share. We're not going to say when the giveaways will be. You just have to be here to find out. And this is the throwback Dolphin jersey, y'all. I don't know how I'm going to get out of it. Ooh, this is out of jersey, y'all. I had a hard time getting in it since I say, but listen, all jokes aside, we're so grateful for each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and send them out with some virtual hugs. Guys, we love you. And some virtual love, because we love you here, and it had to happen. We cannot do this without each and every one of you. Please do share this broadcast, as the NFL Moms is on the move once again. So through the eyes of NFL moms, mothers of motivated sons. So shouts out to our sons.
Love you.
Denzel, Perryman,
every one of you, because they're all on here.
Oh yeah, and Alan Hurst and Damian Berry, and to our sis in her absence. She will be with us on next Monday, and we may have some more treats for you guys on next Monday. But again, we will be having giveaways here on It Had to Happen. We're not going to announce it. You just have to be here you get in it to win it. How about that?
That's right.
We love you guys so very much. Until next time, God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.